Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
Will.
And today we have a very good episode for you. We have some topics to talk about, first of all, I'm pretty sure everybody is aware of COVID. Everybody knows what COVID-19 is. And how it has been ravaging the land. It's been affecting a lot of things. It's been affecting TV. It's been affecting comics. It's been affecting just about everything you can think of. It has affected. Wouldn't you guys agree? Like, this thing has been like a mess.
Oh, I don't. I can only think of it like a zombie apocalypse without us turning to zombie, of course.
No, it's so crazy because what I don't understand. How did we get here? Just like I don't know. Like, I just literally I was sitting in my room, and I'm just like, just reflecting on everything, reflecting on what has happened, and I'm just like, how did we even get here? Like, it's just like 1 minute, I'm like, I literally remember, going to work, going to work, going to the gym, like going out with my friends and, having a good time. And now all of a sudden now I'm stuck in the house.
Oh my God.
It's like all of our lives have literally done a 180. And it's just like, this is where we are now,
And overnight too.
Yeah.
It feels like I keep on thinking I have to remind myself that I have a job because I haven't been to work in almost a month at this point.
Oh my God.
Gee. And everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling this not working thing. I mean, like, I haven't been working. I'm Lena. You're the only one who's working, right?
Yes, but on very, very reduced hours right now.
Yeah, it's like I'm not working at all. And actually, my department got completely just dropped. So
What?
yeah, I don't
shit.
even have a job. So it's like it's a mess. Like, this whole thing is just crazy.
And what is your I guess your leaders, or what are they doing to help you guys out?
Well, basically, what they did was they gave us like a severance package type thing, and was just like, here you go.
You're like, geez, thanks.
They gave us that, and then they furloughed half the company.
Shit.
So it's like a bunch of people aren't working, and literally the ones who are working are like customer service. Wow. That's it. Like, those are the only ones that are working. Other than that, like, if you were pretty much in any other department, you're not working. Either you were furloughed or your department was completely just like let go completely.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a mess.
It is.
A mess.
It really is. And like, I know it's gonna sound so bad, but I legit at one point this week said, what if I run out of shows to watch on Netflix because they can't produce any more shows? What am I gonna do? I know, first world problems, right? But that was like that was like my legit thought. I was like, okay, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, and there's only so much you can obviously release right now, right?
Yeah.
And it'll get to a point where once we're done releasing everything, there's nothing for us further to release, like, as a society, as a world, like, nothing's being filmed, obviously, because everything's being put on hold, unless, like, you get those people that somehow can make it to their studio and do a bunch of editing and put a bunch of films together because there's nobody around and everything's already been filmed, right? I mean, that's what I'm kind of low-key hoping. Obviously, I don't know how the industry works. I don't know what it takes to make a movie or a TV series or what have you, but, like, my guess is, unless everything's already, like, obviously they have footage and everything already, maybe one or two person can come in every so often and work on it, right? That's my guess. But hey.
Well, well, like you said, it just all depends on if they actually have stuff filmed.
Yes, right.
Because like if they have stuff filmed, I mean, maybe somebody might can work on it or something. But even then, it's like with everything being shut down, they probably might just be like, okay, nobody can come in. It might be one of those
that's
situations
true.
where it's like,
And
yeah.
no, the reason why I mentioned this is because today, for all those you pandemic people out there, and you guys are not aware of this or haven't watched this, but you know that really famous TV show called Tiger King on Netflix? This is definitely a free advertisement for them. I just found out there's a brand new episode today, and I'm like, say what now? So of course, my little ass have to watch this extra episode that's been released. And turns out it's an interview with all the people that are on it, minus obviously Joe Exotic and Carol Basket, of all the people that was on it, and how this has affected them and everything. And get this, Netflix sent this guy who did the interview an iPhone, and I guess he like got everyone together, filmed the show, the footage, and sent it back to whoever is in production, and they were able to release an episode. So I thought that was like right. So like I'm just saying like and I've seen people doing like photo shoots all online or whatever where they go on FaceTime and like the photographers telling them, to angle a certain way, to do this, to do that, and then they screenshot it, and then they edit it out and all that stuff. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on. Watch that be the new way we make movies. Now, you must find these products, or I'll send you these, like, products. Now, what you must do is set yourself up in this particular, I don't know. Anyways, I'm totally going off the thing here now, but...
No, and it's funny that you brought that up, which I'm kind of glad. I'm actually glad that you brought that up because it leads into literally our first topic, which is basically literally how it's affecting things. Because of the fact that and it's crazy because that they're actually doing that, which is great because it's giving everybody like different avenues of still being able to bring entertainment.
Absolutely.
But because COVID affected so much, it's like now people have to get creative because like literally all like industries have literally shut down. Like Hollywood is shut down. It's even affected Japan, like where all of our stuff comes from. All of our Power Rangers come from.
Oh no.
Yeah, they literally were affected. And actually, the lead Red Ranger of the newest series, Kira, he was exposed to COVID-19. And apparently he is now doing better.
What?
That's good.
Yeah, he's doing better, and he is now being quarantined for 2 weeks. But that does not mean they're going to go back to filming because they are completely shut down.
Wait, who got exposed?
The lead actor on the new series Kira, the newest Super Sentai season. In Japan.
Shit.
He was
exposed. I feel like that news came out like 2 weeks ago, so he should be fine by now.
Well, no. He was battling it then, but that news just came out like a couple of days ago that he's better. Yeah, it just came out that he's getting better, but he's now being quarantined for an additional 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, you gotta be safe,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So yeah, he's doing better, which I was like, thank God, because at first I was hearing rumors that like he's not doing good, and I'm like, oh God, please don't let this boy die. So it's like, but he is doing a lot better. So prayers for him, and hopefully he gets better. But definitely, Toei has been put on hold.
Yeah. Speaking of the way that it's affecting the industry, this is a little bit off topic, but I'm wondering, like, post-COVID, post this pandemic, like how many shows and movies are going to take place during this time? Like plot or storyline around this time period?
No, I'm just trying to figure out your question. You mean like, are there going to be shows that are going to be like based on COVID? Is that what you're asking?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And I wonder how entertaining that'll be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like shows that are going to be based on this and how it's affected and how it affected people. Because I mean, there's plenty of stories out there. I mean, you have so many stories literally like floating around the internet now. Like this person was, was affected by it and how their lives changed, or I literally read a story yesterday where the kid who accidentally got called by this lady, and she invited him to Thanksgiving, and he's been like being a part of
Oh
their family ever since.
yes,
But now like her husband passed away,
yeah.
so
I heard
like
about
you
that.
hear all these like really sad stories of of this, and it's like jag, like, so there's going to be definitely stories or like TV shows based on COVID and how it's affected people. That's definitely going to be a thing. And I'm also pretty sure that there are going to be some science fiction shows too.
Exact. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I was thinking about too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely going to
Horror.
be some science fiction stuff coming up for sure. I think.
Oh, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah. But even then, it's like, all of that is happening, and just a lot of people have been affected. A lot of people have been affected financially, emotionally. There's been a lot of people who were hit with deaths. I know a couple of my frat brothers that have experienced death in their family.
Shoot.
So, just prayers to anybody who lost a family member, who is, who has a friend or a family member who is sick or anything like that. My prayers goes out to you. I hope that, everything works out and, they get better.
Mm.
And for the listeners out there who, aren't sick, please stay healthy, keep your immune systems up,
Mm.
you know, do
Stay
whatever you need
inside
to
when you
do.
can.
Yeah, practice social distancing, 6 feet apart. Come out for essentials
Yes,
only. Please don't even try to think, oh, I'm young and healthy and try to meet up with your friends. No. This
There's young people dying too.
this this disease, this virus, it shows no discrimination. It does not care.
it doesn't.
It really does not care. And the worst part about this, you might think you're young and healthy until this virus exposes you. Because that's what it does. It finds your weakness and it exposes you. And by then, it's already too late.
Yeah, yeah. And because like literally, I was quick story. I was just going through Instagram, and like literally there was a post where this one I guess influencer had posted this guy who I guess was an influencer as well, and like he was ripped. I mean, body shredded. Like I mean, he was perfect body, and he died of it. And
Shit.
he had no pre-existing conditions whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how in the devil did this like look like a freaking Olympian god pass away from COVID-19? He had no pre-existing conditions. Like, I mean, that's literally how it is. It will literally like attack. It will attack
Mm-hmm.
anything it can to weaken your immune system and
Mm-hmm.
make your organs fail. That
Mm-hmm.
is what it does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like like you said, it doesn't show any discrimination to for anybody. It attacks young, old, in the middle, doesn't matter. Like if you get it, hopefully your body can fight it off. If not, you're gonna have issues.
Mm-hmm.
So best, like we said, stay in the house if you can. Like if you can't, and of course, like people understand you have to go out and get stuff. Like you have to get food. You have to, get the necessities. If you're sick, you have to go to the doctor. But at least if you go out, wear a mask, wear gloves, protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, um, there are a lot of, we were talking about the industry, we were talking about shows. Well, Pluto TV has been gracious enough to um, provide us with a channel. So if
Ooh.
you want to watch Super Sentai, um, you can definitely download Pluto TV on your smartphone or on your TV if it's a smart TV. You can download Pluto TV, and you can access Super Sentai starting from Jetman all the way down to, I want to say, Gal Ranger. I want to say, which is
Mm.
Power Rangers Wild
Wild
Force.
Force.
Damn. That's a lot.
So yeah, so you can if you want, you can just go ahead and do that, binge watch and get your life. Um, Pluto TV they have been using the Shout Factory DVDs, so that so to show everybody, Super Sentai. So if you are a Sentai fan, or if you just want to just, you know, be,
Find out about it.
right, exactly, educate yourself, like, oh, let me find out what this is. Let me find out what this is about. Go ahead on the Pluto TV, and there
Mm-hmm.
you go.
You're
Now,
welcome.
you're welcome. Now, Pluto TV, we wait for that check though. Like, go ahead and like send us some money, because times is hard in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You know.
okay. But on another note as well, Toei, who also shut down as well. Toei actually created their own YouTube channel, which is designated for all tokusatsu. So, once again, if you're feeling adventurous and you're like, what, I want to go ahead and see what Toku is all about. See what all the different versions of tokusatsu is out there. Um, they now have a specific channel now where you can literally go there and you can find all, well, not all the Toku, but I know they have the original Kamen Rider. They have like the first two episodes of the original Kamen Rider. They're going to release episodes of Go Ranger, which is the first season ever of Super Sentai.
Ooh.
They're going to release that, and they're also going to release other various versions of Toku as well, including a lots of Metal Heroes and other different forms, and other Ultraman and other different forms of Tokusatsu. Now, here's the gag, because there's some tea
Ooh.
that happened with this. So, let me tell y'all, YouTube petty. YouTube petty, y'all. So the very first day, because originally the actual channel was supposed to open, be active on for the worldwide on April the 5th originally. Now, April 5th midnight, all of a sudden YouTube said, "Up, I know you lying," and put a copyright block
Oh
on the page and said copyrighted by Toei, even though the page is officially a Toei page.
no. Oh
How does
I'm
that
like,
happen?
how did this even happen?
no. Wow. Okay.
How, what? Oh my gosh. So yeah, they went ahead and they copyrighted Toei's own page. And Toei is sitting here looking like, what are you doing? You like the black girl with her hand out looking like, what? Like,
Oh my
oh my
god.
God. I thought that was the funniest thing. I'm like, YouTube strikes again. What are you doing? But they did get it straightened out. So now, you can freely go and you can see the actual page and watch the content on the page. But
Dead.
originally you could, because YouTube blocked it. So
Dead.
there's that.
Oh my
um
god.
but yes, there was that. Um Now, also too, with everything that's happening and everything, I wanted to get you guys' opinion, because of course, auditions are coming up. Now, I have been seeing on the interwebs, um people are still auditioning for season 28. So they must be doing video auditions. Um, with COVID still happening, now we do know that the auditions are still going. With COVID still happening, and so many things are being shut down, and there seems to be no hope of certain things lifting, if
We
you know
have
what I'm
to
talking
sing.
about. But as of right now, because certain cons have already said, you know what, we're gonna do this next year. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back next year. We're gonna come back stronger and better. We're gonna come back next year. But a certain one is supposed to happen in September. Called Power Morphicon. And yeah.
Okay.
Do y'all think this is going to happen? Like, I just want to know.
I genuinely would like to believe that it will happen. And mind you, though, I can only speak for Canada. I can't speak for the US for obvious reasons. And also because we know who your leader is. And it's not looking so great for you guys. I'm sorry. But.
I mean, sidebar, he was the one who said we were supposed to be, everything was supposed to go back to normal on
Easter
and
weekend.
clearly we're still under quarantine. So
exactly, that's my point. That's why I can't.
Yeah.
That's why I can't speak for you guys. But unfortunately, this con is happening in the U.S. So, anyways, I like to believe, because according to my prime minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, who a lot of people find very attractive, especially with his salt and vinegar. No, not salt and vinegar, salt and pepper beer, and and
come on, salt and vinegar. I had some salt and vinegar chips at home.
I was just going to say, now I'm craving that. That's probably why I said it. According to my Mr. Prime Minister, he said, if we keep social distancing, keeping 6 feet apart, stay in the house when necessary, obviously leave for unnecessary, wow, I'm doing this the complete opposite. Leave for necessary stuff. We should be okay by June. Now, that leaves us with 2 months away for Power Morphicon. And I'm hoping, I have faith in this man, that if we're doing everything he's saying that we should be doing, we should be fine. And the reason why I say it's because, he's been setting us up nice and cushy, giving us Canadians $2,000 a month to stay at home and do jack all, and other than stay indoor and wash our hands, And apparently he's going to employ the military to keep us off the street as well, too. So, if he's keeping all of his words, which he has up to this point, I can see Power Morphicon happening. However, it can only happen on our end. So Power Morphicon will have to move to Canada. That's how I see it.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
Right? So
we could only hope and wish that could. But that would mean everybody has to go to Canada.
No, that's fine. No, the weather's nice here, especially in the summertime. Oh,
I have no idea how this is going to work, because some people aren't taking this seriously.
No, they're not.
And they're not distancing. They're not
doing
they're not doing proper like wearing masks or properly they're just not doing things the right way. So it's going to take a longer time to get everything under control.
Damn.
So I'm wondering if even by the summertime, if things actually will be okay. Because
question for you, actually, Will. It's very sad. I know I'm so sorry to interrupt. I have a question for you. I know you work at Starbucks, and I'm only asking this because in Canada, my Starbucks are starting to open back up again because they got the plexiglass going on. They're obviously only doing takeout and all that stuff. But you're not back at work yet. But has your town done, or I don't want to offend you. I hope it's a town or what have you. Has your town done anything like that? City has done anything like that to sort of help the businesses come back?
Well, when it first really got serious, I work at a drive-through store, so they were just taking drive-through orders. They weren't allowing. Actually, we're still allowing people to come in, but just to pick things up. But then things got worse, so it was totally just drive-through at that point. And also, they let us know that we didn't have to come into work, if we didn't feel safe. So I personally haven't been to work in a while. So what they've done in addition to just making it a drive-through store, I'm not sure. And I'm assuming that like the non-drive-through stores were probably closed. My store finally closed this past week. So it's just shut down until May right now.
Wow. Okay. So like even
So
when you're going out, you're not noticing, like your grocery stores, like your corner store taking the extra measures to help the employees, help
um
the customers.
definitely I've seen it with the grocery store. I've been to a few. They'll have the little tape down on the floor to show what 6 feet is, and they'll only allow a certain amount of people in the store at a time. They'll have like caution tape in front of the entrance, and like some sort of barricade. And then like if there's too many people, obviously you'll have to wait in a line to go in.
Yeah, it's been kind of the same with me in Cali too. It's like they have the same thing, the barricade, and you have to stand outside to get in. Um, so yeah, like that is it's real. That's it's real because it's bad when you have to stand outside for 30 minutes just to get into the 99-cent store. Like that is ridiculous. I'm like, but then again, they only always have. They're like Walmart. They only have like one line open. So
Damn. Well, at least it sounds like you guys are taking the extra measures to sort of ensure that we can all continue, like living what we consider now our normal, air quote, day to day life with by protecting the employees, by protecting obviously the customers, and just assure that all of us are protecting one another by staying 6 feet apart.
right.
So it's good. But hopefully that like even like out on the streets and stuff like that. I know even when I'm walking my dogs, if I see another dog walker, one of us actually cross the street, and
Mm.
Which is smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
not obviously
Been
out of
doing that.
yeah. Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that when I'm walking, like usually I've just been walking to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Um, if I see some people or even someone walking towards me, I'll just cross the street because I would. I don't know if they've been exposed. So.
Exactly. No, it's true. And we could even have it. We could be carriers and not even realize it, right? Because we might not show symptoms now and we might be immune to it, but we might actually
Exactly.
still carry the virus that we can spread. Like I know with us, like
Mm.
my boss has encouraged me to wear my mask. So I do wear my mask when I'm at work. We have the plexiglass set up and everything like that too. So it's, and disinfecting everything every so often, putting down tapes and all
Mm.
that fun stuff too.
Well, as long as everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, that's all that matters. But I'm wondering though, with Power Morphicon and everything, because this is a big event, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's gonna be like a whole bunch of people, from everywhere and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, if things, say for example, if we do practice social distancing, which I mean, to be truthfully honest, people haven't been, from what I've
Ew.
seen.
Not good.
I've still been seeing people get together and have parties. I've still seen still see people like walking around in groups, like you know what I'm saying, just being stupid. So
Damn.
I mean, say for example, if this thing does taper off and things do go down, um, there still would have to be a period, from my understanding, there still would have to be a period to where we have to we have to still kind of like practice social distancing. I mean, it wouldn't be as bad as it is now, but we still wouldn't be able to like congregate into large groups
No.
out of fear of just in case if someone else is still infected, because it could just immediately spark up again.
Mm.
So we would have to slowly like get back into the spin of things. So I guess for me, I'm wondering, say for when they do call for that to happen, would it be a situation where we actually can do it? You know what I'm saying? Because if, say for example, they're like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and enact lift this quarantine, but you can only be in groups of like 20, groups of 30. Like that's the most you can be. Paramorphicon still can't happen because it's like it's hundreds and hundreds of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it still won't be able to happen. So my thing is, I'm actually and I'm hoping that it happens. I'm hoping that Paramorphicon does happen, because this is going to be Hasbro's very first like Power Morphicon where they can say Saban Brands has nothing to do with Power Rangers. This is all us, our show, our thing. It'll be their very first one. And to say that they can't do it because of COVID, and then they would have to, do it the old fashioned way, like it was, before 2007, and just like put it online and be like, hey guys, we get like a little teaser or something with the actors, it's like, that would kind of suck.
No, I 100% agree.
This screws up the entire convention season for the summer.
Well, the whole year, basically.
Just everything, yeah.
The whole year. Like, I know, like, there, again, like, kind of going back to what we were saying earlier, there are people that are, like, obviously being stupid about it, and they're not taking it seriously, and those are the ones that think that things are going to change. No, they're not going to change because of the few people that are like you guys. And then going back to what you were saying, too, Brennan, you're right. I think once they lift this thing, things are not going to be the same. They're not going to go back to the same way how it used to be. And not even just that, but this virus is going to come back. This is not the end of it. And currently, from what I understood, there's 2 strands of it right now. So this is going to evolve. The next flu season is going to come back, and the next, and the next, and the next, until we can figure out how to vaccinate ourselves with this, this vaccine that is going to make us immune to it or protect us from it or whatever it may be. But I don't think things, if it does get lifted, we're not going to go back to the way it used to be. I mean, heck for sure, I've never truthfully, here's a fun fact about me. I never liked it when people were too close to me to begin with. I actually never liked it, right? And I never even liked it when people I do not know touch me. But I never liked it when people like that, they don't know they touch me and all that stuff. No, not interested in that. With that being said, I'm all for this, social distancing. I'm all for keeping my distance and everything like that. And I was also low key germaphobe too. So like, but now this is heightened my senses to be like, ooh, oh, where has that person been? Have they washed their hands? Do I want to touch that? Should I disinfect that first before I touch it? So I'm definitely going to keep my bubble alive, stronger than it was before, and I'm definitely going to be much more cautious going forward, like, obviously for the rest of my life, because there's always going to be something new that's going to come in and attack us. But this happens to be the deadliest one.
It's really sad.
Sorry.
It's really sad that people were finding out, and I feel like we already knew that people don't know how to properly wash their hands or sanitize things. already, but it's just like
nasty behind.
I was
like
just gonna.
that's
Oh, that
so
rhymes me.
sad because it's like I learned how to do that stuff in kindergarten, and you got grown people that I'm sure we've all seen people probably blow the bathroom up and then just walk out of the bathroom without washing their hands.
Well, a survey said that 64% of men don't wash their hands after using the washroom.
It's terrible.
And I went, ew,
That's disgusting.
ew. And they're going to be sharing food with their
So
partners? Ha! Remind you all. Next
going
time you're
out
on a
shaking
date,
hands.
Yeah.
next time you're on a date, don't share your food.
I'm like you're literally like you're literally going and like shaking someone's hand and or like hugging somebody, or like if you're with your partner, like you're gonna go and like touch them or like kiss them or something, and you literally just
You're
like
nasty.
just took a shit. Like you're disgusting.
You're nasty. I don't know about the. Now it's really making me like consider wanting to date ever again. First date. First question. Do you wash your hands? No. I don't think we're gonna work out. Sorry.
Like I didn't hear no water. I didn't hear no water run. And if I did hear water, that water did not run for 30 seconds. Get back in there. What are you doing? I swear, but oh my gosh. But moving on from COVID. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion because I like, as we know, like PMC is like the biggest event, and I just wanted just to get you guys' opinion because this is really serious. Like this is something that's going to really affect everything. As far as like the convention scene and as far as like just the show in general, and everything is being affected. So I definitely wanted to get you guys' opinion. But yeah, fingers crossed, everybody. But Lena, do you have any Ranger things? What's going on?
I've got
What's going on with
lots. Oh my god, where do I begin? All right, let me see. First off, we're gonna do some self promotion for all of you who have not caught up on our episodes, which I know a lot of you haven't because we see them numbers. Just saying, we we have our interviews that is available on SoundCloud and YouTube with several Rangers. One of them is John Mark Loudermilk from Power Rangers Make It Force, the Blue Ranger. Catherine Sutherland and Nikita Brice. Okay. From obviously Power Rangers Zero, CO. Wow, I cannot speak today. Girl, get yourself together. Justin Nemo from Power Rangers in Space. Samuel Benta from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. William Schufelt from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. And of course, our last interview that we have is Christopher Kim and Lee from Power Rangers also in Space. So definitely go check those out if y'all haven't. And since we're in COVID, why not? We got a lot. So go ahead and do that. Secondly, we got William Schufelt with Rise of the Ninja. If you guys haven't been following him on Instagram, he's been doing a lot of promotion on that. And they've been releasing like chapter 1 and chapter 2, I believe, and a bit of a teaser. And also he announced that he's going to release a brand new song soon. Once we find out the release date, we'll let you all know. And speaking of YouTube, y'all remember Kim Possible, Christy Carlson Rondo, who played Kim Possible? Well, guess what?
Yes.
She's got a YouTube channel now. And on her YouTube channel, she's got 4 episodes with 2 different Power Rangers. Walter Jones is actually one of her guests. And the episode he appeared in is Power Ranger makes putty pork. You know that putty? Sorry, pork chops. Pork chops. Makes putty pork chops. You remember that putty from one of the season who wanted to eat everything and everyone? Yeah, Pudgy Pig. So he's in that episode where they get to cook Pudgy Pig because for some strange reason he passed. We don't know how, but he has. And they were about to eat him in that particular episode. So definitely check it out. And the second episode he's in is Original Black Ranger Reacts to Power Rangers. And then the second Ranger that makes it a guest appearance is Michael Coupon from Power Rangers in Space, the Blue. He makes so the 2 episodes he's in is Blue Power Ranger reacts to Power Rangers, and will Blue Ranger and Kim Possible eat a scorpion? So that's really fun episode. I've checked them both. I've checked all 4 of them out, and they are really cute. She does this thing where they cook together, and then she does trivias while they're cooking, and there's 3 questions that they have to answer. And she and her guest will be on one team while her husband's on another team. So if her guest can answer all 3 trivia and get them right, they won't eat the mystery, disgusting, whatever it is that they reveal that day. But if their guest, or her guest, I should say, gets one wrong, then they have to eat their surprise, whatever that may be. Hence is why when the episode is, will Blue Ranger eat a scorpion? You'll have to watch the episode and find out. Next, we got Amy Jo Johnson, who finally released her short film on YouTube for all of us to watch. It's called The Has-Been. It was supposed to be a digital series that she started making a few years back about a washed-up A-list actress who obviously is no longer an A-list actress and is depending on conventions now to make a living and to make her way back into the fandom world. However, that actually never was further pursued because Amy felt that it was really mean to sort of make that digital series. So she obviously abandoned the series, but decided to at least release the 1 episode that she did end up making. And it's actually really fun to watch. So definitely go check that out on her YouTube channel. And another added on for Amy Jo, she recently did a Stage It living room concert where she was raising money for COVID-19. And it was for a food drive called On Being Human. So they end up raising I think $5,000, and I believe it's a charity in Toronto. I could be completely wrong, but she's in Toronto, and so she was looking to do something that could help out, and that's what she has done. So for those of you who bought tickets and saw her living room concert, yay! I didn't because I was working that day. But moving on, we got a bunch of new TikTok accounts that can entertain the crap out of us during this quarantine COVID-19 time. And if you don't know what TikTok is a 60 to 15-second video, and where you get super creative and you essentially can make a video about almost everything and anything. And Walter Jones has an account, JDF has an account, Becky G has an account, Mike Olasky has an account, Blake Foster, Jacqueline from Beast Morpher has an account. Kristen and Alana. Wow, see? Liana, there you go. Has an account. Her videos, they are amazing. Definitely go follow her. They are certainly a mood. Ali Kane, William Schufeld, Chris Violet, and Andrew Gregg all currently have account. Unless there's more accounts are popping up, I'll definitely let you all know about it. Go follow them. They're hilarious. They're funny. They're great. They really do take our mind off of what's happening in our society today, worldwide. Moving on, for those of you who don't know, JDF is Bloodshot, and he has made an entire movie. It's about an hour and a half long on Valiant Comics YouTube channel. So check that out. It's really well done. It's almost like a Marvel DC type of vibe, and I really like how they were able to put it together in such a high production. So definitely check that out. Worth watching, I guarantee you. Moving on and bringing back us to COVID-19 because unfortunately that's our reality nowadays. But we got Jessica Rae, Ali Kane, and Becky, and even Ludi Lin. They've all, along with Amy Jo Johnson, have been paying their way by setting up different funds that they can help out with different charities to help with COVID-19. So definitely go check out their pages to see how you guys can help out. For those of you who can, obviously, because not a lot of us are currently working right now or are able to work because of the fact that there are no jobs around and nobody's hiring. But if you're able to help out, definitely go to their page and, look up for ways that you can help out and make small donations if you can. And I know Jessica Ray, Ellie Kane, they are in Cameo, so that's great for, obviously like a video, a special occasion video message to anyone that you love or you care about, or you just want some words of encouragement. I definitely recommend that you go on their page and book a cameo. They've been enjoying making cameos, so they're waiting for you guys to go ahead and do so. Jessica Ray, who literally just confirmed that she will be in Rise of the Ninja with a photo series of the script that she's holding. Obviously, that's going to be on hold now because of COVID-19. But follow her and follow William and Crimson Vision for obviously any further update that we may have and we may get. So that's really fun. And I know Jessica's been going live about it with William the other day. If you guys didn't check that out, obviously continue to follow them to see further lives that they might do. Becky G has blessed us with a brand new song that's going to come out tomorrow. And the song is called They Ain't Ready. I'm really excited for that because all of her music has been amazing. But a few weeks before that, she was actually featured in a song called Boys Ain't Shit. I don't know. A lot of people like the title, but hey, it's a really good song. So definitely check that out.
And which they ain't.
Right, which
We've
they ain't.
already discussed this because they don't wash their hands before they come out the bathroom. So they ain't.
Right.
Period.
Period. With the T. And she's also now the new ambassador for a clothing line called Pretty Little Thing. So she's been modeling a few pieces that they've got on her page. Again, follow her for all the cute little outfits that she might be decking out for you to check out. And then go onto their website and purchase that, because you need some comfortable quarantine outfits there. And she's got a few set up for you. And lastly, Mike Chat from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue is now doing superhero training on Facebook. That's live every single day during the weekdays, starting at 3:30 PST time. So if you haven't been following him and if you haven't done the superhero training, I suggest you do it because we've been eating a lot. I hear ya. I feel ya. So do it, please. Get you active. And that is all for me for Ranger Things.
Awesome. Well, we are about to hit our last segment, which is the actual show itself. Power Rangers, because that's what we love. That's what we talk about. Now we haven't been discussing at the actual series as of late. Um, but I would like us just to kind of give our feelings as of so far. If you've been watching season 2, um, you know what is it that you like? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Are you indifferent? What's the tea? How you feel? How you feel?
Well, I'm a bit indifferent. I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead. Tell us why. Tell us why. Why are you indifferent?
So I'm gonna be honest. The first couple of episodes are a little bit hazy because I watched those a few weeks ago. The last 2 episodes are a lot more fresh because I watched them today. But there's just I just don't feel like they're putting forth the best effort with the show. Just to put on, a TV show. There's just certain things that they're not doing as far as storytelling, the direction of the characters. Um, I don't feel like I said, I don't feel like they're really taking it very seriously. Not the actors, but the people in charge, obviously.
Well, give
Um,
us some
I
examples. Because you're skating over that. You're skating over. You're
yeah.
skating over. Give us some examples. Why do you feel that way?
There's Yeah. One of the episodes that does stand out is "Save Our Shores," and that
Mm-hmm.
was. I know you have a lot of feelings about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was the episode where Miriam, I forgot her Smith
Smith. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from she was originally in Dino Thunder. She was Elsa.
Mm-hmm.
The actress she was not Zoe, Roxy's aunt, and she's like she has this big company. I forgot what kind of company it was, but her company was accidentally polluting the shores of Coral Harbor, and um, oh my goodness, Roxy, she was trying to get her aunt um, to like fix it. She's trying to tell her, your company is doing this, and her aunt didn't believe her until she actually saw the damage that it was causing the animals, and then magically that was enough to
Mm-hmm.
have her
Mm-hmm.
whatever it took, whatever amount of money it took to fix it. There was a part where um, Zoe's not Zoe. Oh my god, Roxy's character. She was making an executive decision as a teenage girl, just making a phone call to the company to make an executive multi-billion-dollar decision to save the shores without the say so, like
Uh-huh.
without them actually hearing it from the owner of the company.
Uh-huh.
Somehow this girl is making a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar decision, and
Uh-huh.
that's like sloppy.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
the last two episodes were interesting. I actually really enjoyed the very last episode. I'm pulling it up now because I took
Beast King
some.
Rampage.
Yeah. Um, I actually really liked the last episode. Zoe and Roxy's fight sequence was crazy. That they've been they've been really doing some good fight sequences this season, and like it's amazing that the girls are able to be right up there with the guys as far as the stunt work that they're doing. I like that the episode actually has some dissension between the protagonist characters. I did not see a season one episode where this girl named Megan, she had she had blackmailed Zoe and Nate because she found out about their relationship, and she got fired when Commander Shaw found out that she was trying to blackmail people. But General Burke, he actually went behind Shaw's back and started a program to create a new Zord, the King Beast Sword,
Beast King Zord.
Beast King Zord, and went behind her back to make it and got the okay from the mayor, and they also hired Megan, and the Rangers were pissed, and so was Commander Shaw. And I thought that was so cool that there was actually like some dissension within the group, but it was also cool that Megan actually just were remorseful for what she did. Um, she ended up being the key to the Rangers actually like winning in the episode. Um, but other than that, the other episodes that I've seen this so far this season, they just really haven't. There's moments that are cool, but like as a whole, I'm just not feeling it like that.
Mm-hmm. Lena, and I know you haven't seen season two, but I know you're watching season one. What's your thoughts on season on Beast Morphers, on what you've seen?
So I finished season 1 officially, and I'm caught
Okay.
up. So I'm obviously waiting for season 2 to be released. I I definitely enjoyed it way more than I've had for the last few seasons that since Saban bought it back from Disney. And it's actually the first time I've actually learned. I know it's not a lot of lyrics, but this is my indication of it. If I learned a theme song, it means that I actually liked it enough to learn the theme song. And like I said, I know it's not a long song, and it's not like before where they had like an actual like verse or anything like that. But I didn't realize that until like I've actually learned a theme song, right? It's when I realized, oh, it's only like literally 3 words. That's different, and the rest is, you know, Go Go Power
Go
Rangers,
Power Rangers.
right? But the fact that that's my indication that the fact that I learned it, it means that I obviously liked it, and I liked it enough that I actually binge watched the whole entire season 1, within like a day or so. Which again, that has not happened since I saw Power Rangers RPM, and that was the season that brought me back to Power Rangers. So overall, I thoroughly am enjoying it. Yes, there are a lot of like, still they're still kidify, but I feel that with the kidifyness in this season, they've toned it down a lot more from Ninja Steel. Yes, from Ninja Steel. I remember with Ninja Steel, I just couldn't handle it. I've seen the entire 2 seasons of Ninja Steel, but for the life of me, if you ask me how to sing their theme song or what episode's what, it's like I've never seen it, and that's really bad. But no, overall, leading up, I really like the season. I really like what they've done with it. I really like the fight scenes, the morph scenes, the even the graphic has looked has looked a lot better. It doesn't look so kidified. Doesn't look so doesn't look terrible or anything like that. Overall, I am really thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm excited for season 2 once it decides to release on Netflix for myself. So I'll definitely be watching it. I actually can't wait. And yeah, I think I have really nothing negative to say about it. I thoroughly really enjoy it, and I really like Ben and Betty and Ben. Yeah, Betty and Ben as well too. Yes, there are some scenes that like I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little much. Some of the jokes are a little bit much, but
I
overall, I
would
enjoy
love
it.
it. I'm sorry.
Go no, go on, go on. That's all I had to say about that.
I was just gonna say I would love if those two actually contributed to the plot and weren't just used as the '90s slapstick humor. That's
Yeah,
not funny. Because the moments where they actually have been integral to the plot, I've liked them, and I feel like there was a point in the first season where they kind of strayed away a little bit
yeah.
from the over the top comedy, but then they went back to it. And there's definitely is that in season 2. But I actually, when they're not doing the stupid stuff, I actually like them.
Hmm.
So I don't like seeing them being
I
reduced to that.
I mean, I think what it is, they're really trying to do the whole Bulk and Skull situation, and let's admit, like we put up with Bulk and Skull for how many freaking seasons, not in a bad way, and how many other seasons after that, and a lot of times their like jokes don't even add to the plot either, and we accepted them, like like so what I
I feel
guess
like nobody's been able to do it like them since
it's
them.
that no, that's
Like they
very true, and that's what I was just about like that. I guess my other point was like, I guess what is not to accept about Ben and Betty, right? But like, I do see what you mean. They not a lot of people have been able to pull off what them two pulled off because they're one of a kind or two of a kind, I should say. But I feel like they've done it best out of everyone that they've tried to put together, if that makes sense. Like even with Empire the Samurai, when they try to recreate the whole boat with Skull
oh
thing
my
with
god.
the actual boat and Skull's kid. Even
And Spike, his son.
right, even
Oh,
that was
Skull's son.
like no. I was like no, no. I'm sorry, but at
Mm-mm.
least with Ben and Betty, like I can deal with that. I can live up with that. They they don't add to it. You're right, but they're also not as bad as
Mm.
when they were trying to recreate Bulk with Bulk himself and Spike. That was really bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that was really bad.
I
Yes.
mean, I guess for me, like, and just to kind of like add to that point, I actually agree with you is as far as that is concerned. Nothing, no shade against any of the other actors, and stuff who the comedy duos who
Yeah.
we've seen in the past. Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like out of what Vic and Monty,
Oh
like
no.
low key, I actually adored Monty. Like Monty was like I didn't really care for Vic, but I love Monty. Like Monty was like that mean girl that I was just like, I love him. Like he amped it up so much. He reminded me of like the drag queens in the workroom on RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, he was so cutthroat. And I'm like, I live for this. Like I loved it. So like stuff like that I love. Um, but I just hated Vic with his, oh, I'm so handsome. Like, boy, go sit down somewhere. You look like you are like 30 years old in high school. Stop it. Which I mean, the actor really is actually over 30 or close
Yeah,
to
that's
30.
true.
It was like, bruh.
Wow.
Um, so that's funny by itself. But but I do believe that Ben and Betty actually when I like them more when they're contributing to the team,
Yeah.
when they're not portrayed as these slapstick idiots. Because the thing is, what the show fails to what the show kind of does is it contradicts them so much because one minute it makes them look like they're insanely smart because they really are smart, like they're
Yeah.
insanely smart kids, but they don't know how to add comedy with the fact that they're smart. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
scenes in season one when they would kind of like botch their little devices and stuff and turn that into comedy, that worked for me. Like that actually worked. I was like, okay, that's not bad. Like the little scene where they had the little electrified little thingy, and Ben was going around zapping people, and he saved Devon when Devon was frozen. He
Yeah.
actually saved him with the actual machine. So stuff like that, like actually have them contribute to the team, even though their devices may not always work. Like have them actually contribute. That stuff is cool. Like that is actually cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the show doesn't know like the writers just don't have an idea of like when they should make them funny or when they should add the comedy. It's like one minute they make them stupid, one minute they make them insanely smart. And it's like you can't have both. Like you can't have them be like complete
Right.
idiots one minute and then the next minute they're like insanely smart and creating devices out of like leftover parts from Tronics. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the writers just don't know what quite to do with them whenever I'm watching the two. But the actors themselves, they're doing a fantastic job with what they're given,
Yeah.
which I have to commend them for that. Like they're
Yeah.
doing a great job
They are.
with
They
what they're
really
given.
are.
The actors are doing a great job. It's just that I feel that the show itself, the writing of the show, just doesn't complement them well. So there's a lot to be said for that, which actually leads into the other point that I actually wanted to make about this show. Now, season one. Now, you mentioned season one because you haven't seen season two yet, so you talked about season one.
Yeah.
Season one was extremely strong. Now, I'm afraid that so far season two is giving me Dino Charge. It's not giving me
Oh.
Dino Supercharge. That's what it's giving me. Dino Supercharge had some episodes in there that was like, yes, yes. Like, I mean, it had some episodes that were really good. But when they had some episodes that flopped, they
Oy.
flopped. Like, and they flopped hard. And that's what I'm getting from Beast Morphers season two so
Oh,
far.
now I'm sad.
Some of the some
Mm-hmm.
of these episodes, girl, oh my god, some of these episodes, like I find myself like feeling like I'm eating my words because at first I was like, "Dang, this show is actually really good." Like, oh my god, and then I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh," it's just like, "Oh my god, this is not the tea." Um, like for example, I always have to give examples so
Of
that people can
course.
understand. Now, you mentioned Will. You mentioned the Save Our Shores. That's just one of my grievances, but it's a main one of my grievances, and I say that because you brought up my queen, Miriam Smith. You brought her up. Now, this diva, this queen, this lovely woman, she played one of my favorite villains, Elsa from Dino Thunder.
No.
Now,
Oh yeah.
Elsa was a now. Don't bleep me out. Elsa was a bad bitch. Okay, period. Especially when she got the long ponytail. Like, oh,
Yeah, she did.
she slayed. Okay, like she slayed with that ponytail. Okay, I mean, giving me all sorts of life. So, yeah, like Elsa was a bad bitch. I loved me some Elsa. And the fact that this queen came back, she blessed us with her acting talent. She blessed us with her presence again, just to be reduced to a mediocre, just ridiculous character of blandness and just just utter just ill. Like literally her character had no reason, no real rhyme or reason to be there other than to push the plot. She didn't add anything, anything, anything. And this woman is super talented. We know her work. And they did not use her well at all. The writing was not the writing of her character did not serve this lady's talent at all. At all. I mean, watching her perform this stuff hurt my feelings. It really did. Like it offended me because I'm like, this woman is way too talented for this. Why are y'all doing this to her? Like I felt offended. I'm like, why are you doing this to her? Like I felt hurt. Then another thing that it really irritated me with that episode, that particular episode, is that Roxy has to be no more than like what 18, 19, maybe 20. I may give her 20. Why is she over a multi-billion dollar cleanup crew? Like, because you know there was money involved because they had to pay these people. Why is she over this? Now I understand. You're like, well, her auntie, her aunt is over the cleanup. So she just wanted to give her a job. Okay, okay, that is fine. That's fine. But guess what? Normally in real life situations, clearly they are like, you're gonna be in the office answering phones. You're gonna be the secretary.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, if we do give you some kind of little something something to do, you're gonna be my personal assistant. You're gonna be my personal assistant. You're gonna be following me around.
Mm-hmm.
If I ask you to go get me a coffee, you're gonna go get me a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If I ask for 2 sugars, you're gonna give me 2 sugars, and you're gonna sit your behind down. You're not gonna be over no whole project. You're not. So this whole thing, it was just so unbelievable. I'm just like, I can't. I just can't. Like the whole thing was just it was just so unbelievable. Um then you had like and that's what I felt like with majority of these episodes. Um they just had so many circumstances that were just like, even if you were to, and granted, don't get me wrong, I understand this is Power Rangers. This is Power Rangers. We are in a world where stuff just does not make sense. Granted, understandable. Okay, this is understandable. But what I don't understand is if we're going to try to make this season, as as fit into the real world as much as possible, because this season does kind of add real world elements into it. If you're going to try to do that, don't do stuff like that. Like they could have done this episode in so many different ways. Like they didn't even have to even have Roxy be over the cleanup crew. They could have just had her just have Miriam Smith be her aunt, if that's the case. Just have her be her aunt, and she know that that's her aunt's company, and just have her go up there and be like, "Look, girl, your company dumping shit in the water, and y'all need to clean it up." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, that would have made more sense than having her be over a whole cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
no, like that's no. Now I will say with this past episode, this was probably one of the best episodes they've done yet. I hate that it took 7 episodes for them to do it,
Right.
but this was probably the best episode. The tension was there. Um like they actually had conflict, which I feel
Continuity.
exactly continuity, conflict. It's like, oh my gosh, if this is actually a TV show instead of like a half hour TV show of like Barney and Friends with martial arts. Like this is actually a TV show worth watching. Um and I loved it. Now there were some parts that I was like, okay, this can be done a little better, but for the most part, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, like thoroughly. Like it was one of these episodes where it was just like I was glued to the screen, like from beginning to end. Because once I saw Megan walk in, I was like, "Ooh, child! Oh, this is about to be good." And when I saw Nate and Zoe's face, they were like,
Nate's
"This
face. Oh my
bitch."
god.
Listen, they were like, "This hussy." I mean, they were just over it. Like, what? What? Megan?
Commander
What?
Shaw wasn't with it either.
First of all, Commander Shaw, she is the MVP of this entire episode. Let me tell you, Commander Shaw's face, check her facial expressions. Her face is just over it. Like her face is she was over everything. Like everything that happened in this episode, she was over it. Like Ben and Betty, they daddy, um, Megan, like she was over everything. She was just like, y'all getting on my last nerves, and I was here for every bit of it. I'm like, yes, girl, yes, honey, I'm here for it. She was over all of it, honey, and I was here for it. The fight choreography, amazing. Um, Especially after actually watching Liana and Liana and Jacqueline actually practiced their choreography beforehand. With that footage that Jacqueline posted on social media, that looking at the fight beforehand was amazing. I'm like, oh my god, like this is actually kind of dope. Like I love this, like it was really good choreography. Too bad they cut out Liana's her little scorpion kick. That sucked. But other than that, like I really enjoyed that fight. Like it was really well choreographed. Um, let me see. And yeah, just like let me see. Oh yeah, the creation of like the Beast King weapon that Nate was doing and stuff. I like how they brought that in from the previous episode because he was working on that weapon on the previous episode, and then they actually turned it into the weapon that they're going to use for this episode. So that was actually pretty cool that they kind of was setting up that they were setting up those blocks to go ahead and put that forward. So that was actually really cool. Um, and yeah, just like the past couple episodes were actually pretty good. So I'm like, all right, I can actually live with this. It's getting better, but I don't want to say it's getting better because just see what we've been getting. Uh, uh, so yeah, we're supposed to get episode 8. And then after episode 8, then we're gonna get episode 21. They're skipping. Um, so this should be interesting.
And we still have no idea why they're doing this, right?
No, we have no idea why. Um, which is weird because normally, because even going by the plot of the episode, um, they're really it doesn't sound like a holiday episode at all. Like it just sounds like a regular schmegular degular episode.
And
So
what would it be? Oh my goodness, what holiday would it be again?
normally what they would do is they would normally do like either Halloween or Christmas
Mm-hmm.
or both.
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, like I
I
don't know
got
what I was
you.
thinking. Both they do both. Um, but yeah, like this episode is like a basic regular episode. Like it's not really like a particular episode pertaining to like a holiday or anything like that. It's talking about pan global games,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm like that really doesn't sound holiday-ish, but okay. I'll go ahead and read the summary for it now. So this is the um, so episode 8, the one that's going to be airing hopefully next weekend. Secret struggle. Steele learns that Nate and Zoe have feelings for each other and tries to bring them together despite the strict grid battle force rules that forbid relationships between Rangers. And then episode 21, which is set for April the 18th, boxed in. The Pan Global Games have arrived in Coral Harbor, but Ranger duties prevents the teams from attending any of the events.
That's
So I'm
it.
like, yeah, that's it. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what the devil does that got to do with Christmas or Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on a different note, are you all team Nate and Zoe or nah?
I missed those episodes in season 1, so I can't
How are you watching
say.
season 2 then?
Well, they season 1 episodes weren't up yet. I don't think that the full season was up by the time season 2
It's
came out.
out
I don't
now.
think. I know it is now, but
Well,
I don't
Brandon, then let me ask you: are you
Am I team Nate or
Zoe?
and team Zoe?
Yeah, team
Team
Zoe
well,
and
team Nate and Zoe.
Nate, or no?
My answer is going to sound very superficial.
That's cool.
I'm no. I'm not here for it,
You know what?
and I'm
Like,
gonna tell you why.
I was gonna say for
I'm gonna tell you
me,
why.
Nate looks too young to be like on Zoe's like
I was
level.
thinking that too because isn't his character like 16 and shouldn't she be like a little bit older?
Well, I don't know. I believe they're the same age. I think they're the same age. I'm not
Are
entirely
they
sure, but
all
I
in high
think
school?
they're the same.
Well, let's hear
I
Brennan's
assumed that the
response.
three. I thought that the three Rangers, the three core Rangers, were adults, or at least
Uh-uh.
like young adults. Because
Yeah,
what's
they're
his
young
face
adults.
doesn't
Yeah.
go to school.
Yeah, they're young adults.
What's his name? What's his name? Oh my God,
Who?
Devon. He doesn't go to school. He plays video games all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he's just like he's graduated high school but isn't in college, obviously. So I thought he'd be like 18, 19, and then I just assumed that the other two Rangers were around that age too.
Yeah, no. They are in high. They're not in high school. From my understanding, they are like young adults, like 18, 19 years old.
Mm.
So they're young adults. They're not in school, which I assume that Nate is around the same age. I want to say he
I
just
could have
looks really
sworn
young.
I could have sworn they said he was young though. No?
Well, no, they said that he was. From my understanding, the reason why you might be getting this confused, it might be because they said that they brought him into Grid Battle Force at an early age because he was the first one to
Uh,
crack the morphing grid because
okay.
he was so
Okay.
smart. So he's kind of like Doc K in a sense,
Yeah.
where they just kind of like got him and kind of pulled him in at a young age and was like, "Here, work for us."
Hmm. Okay.
So I'm thinking that's what it is, but I believe they're the same age. Like all of them are pretty much around the same age. But I
Mm.
was, but my reason is kind of along that because, but not really so much of like the look. I don't really see them together like that because of their height.
Oh, that is superficial.
I
Oh.
told you it was superficial. Like they're literally Zoe looks like she is like a head taller than him. Like it just looks weird. And I'm just like, he already
Damn.
looks like a child, and then he's like shorter than her, and I'm just like, what is happening?
Awful.
It just looks funny to me, and I'm just like, like she looks like she can babysit him,
Damn.
and I'm just like, no. Like,
I mean, I
nah,
think they're kind
I
of
don't see it.
cute. I think they're kind of cute. I think if they obviously start doing more like cutesy stuff, then I might fall for it. I think they're cute. I see it, but really though, I think there was a scene where they did together. And they didn't seem that far apart in height.
I
The
mean,
scene where
I'm
they
pretty
went up.
sure they're close. They're close in height, but still, and even if you look at like the footage, like after Nate morphs, like he's like literally taller than her.
Yeah,
So
I
Yeah,
it's
that's
noticed
like
like,
that.
Theo.
I
Theo
noticed
and
that.
yeah, they're
Jungle
definitely pulling
Fury.
a Theo and Lily. Like Theo was like
He was
almost like
tiny.
3 feet tinier than,
Yeah,
than Lily.
but see the
And then when they
Theo.
would transform, like he's super tall. Like
Yeah. But see, Lily and Theo, though, they definitely, I did not see them. I know people are like rooting for them, but I didn't see them. Only because,
no,
like, I
not at
felt
all.
like Theo was such a child, and, like, and Lily was such a big sister kind of type, right? Where, like, I feel like this is different because Nate, he's actually smart and he's capable, right? And Zoe
Right.
as well, right? So it's not like they're taking care of each other per se, or one is taking care of another person. It's just more of like they were both very on neutral and mutual grounds that I feel like it could work and I could see them working. But with Lily and Theo, oh, I never saw them. No, 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 no. And then when he confessed he had feelings, I was like, say what now?
But you can kind of see even from like the very beginning though. Like you can kind of see he was like
Okay, I
gung
blocked it
ho
out.
for Lily.
I
Like he was
clearly.
like, "Ooh yeah, Lily," and she's just kind of like, "Okay,"
I,
So
I was
I
shocked
don't
when
know.
they wrote her character to say yes, she had feelings for him too. I was like, I was waiting for the I like you, but as a friend, you're like my brother situation. But then they're like, no, I low key think you're cute too. And I'm like, oh my god, what is happening right now?
Yeah, that
No,
was like, yeah. In any other situation, it would be like, no,
no,
not at all.
no. I'm
Like I
sorry.
like you, but as a friend, not
Because
like that.
cool, because even the way
Which,
she was treating him the whole time too wasn't like like a lover, like how you would treat a lover. You know, it's how you
right.
know what I mean. Like it's how you would treat somebody that you obviously see as family or like as like like someone you want to care for, but not in like a lover's way, but like in like a like you're my family, you're my person, like I want to make sure you're okay kind of a way, not like a oh after we do all this we're gonna get in bed together, yeah, like I didn't like I just didn't see it. And then when she was all like, yeah, I think you're cute too, I'm like, shut the front door, what am I watching here? Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Yeah, yeah.
mm-mm.
The only one that I really actually was like, oh yeah, I can definitely see this. Was definitely was like Dylan and Summer
Summers,
from RPM.
yes.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Like
Mhm.
I was dead. Like I was
I was
rooting for
waiting
them. I'm
for
like,
them.
yes,
I was
yes.
waiting. Even her and Scott. I was down with either or. Her and Scott or her
Same,
and
same.
Dylan. I was
I
like,
didn't see that at all.
oh no, I seen it.
I saw it too.
I
I saw
saw it.
both of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it was just like the way Scott would sometimes talk to her
Yeah.
and the way she would kind of like communicate with Scott sometimes, it was kind of like, is there something going on between them?
Mm-hmm.
And then definitely with her and Dylan, that's why that whole
That for
conversation
sure.
between Summer and Doc K was so profound and was so good because Doc K noticed it too.
Yeah.
Doc K noticed like, okay, girl, you like both of them. Like, what's T?
And then on top of that,
Like,
both of them like you. So what's the real tea?
okay,
What are you doing?
which one you want? Like, which one you actually want?
Like,
So,
I'm sorry, but if I had my pick of those two guys, I don't think I could choose either. Shoot.
listen,
I'm
you already know my answer to that. Like, I'll take both. It's
I'll
fine.
take both.
I'll take both.
I'll take both. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm not gonna choose. Let's
mm-mm,
have both. Like, let's
mm-mm,
have both of them. It's fine.
I'm all about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like that's the one that I don't know. Like I just feel like with those two and with those two, I don't know. Like I don't really see it for them. But maybe they might come up with something to make us fall in love with them more together. And hopefully episode 8 actually does that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just making it all about Steel trying to figure it out and not really actually giving us a reason to say, yeah, they do look like a cute couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because Power Rangers does have that way of telling only one side of the story
It's
when
true.
they do stuff,
It's very true.
and yeah, it's very one sided to try to like
Mm-hmm.
really push a point.
Like Haley and Calvin.
Yes.
Like I was like, I did not see them. I'm sorry. And then having them be all like holdy hands or whatever you want to call it, and be all like, I said holdy hands because like I don't want to say lovey dovey because like it's obviously Power Rangers and that's as lovey dovey you're gonna get from Power Rangers is all the holdy hands and like walking through the halls together. You hold my books and I hold yours. Like I'm like, no, I was not feeling them. Not at
I
all.
Here's my thing with Haley and Calvin. If I was Haley, I'd have been in drop Calvin a long time ago.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
I would have been dropped him. He would have been like my ex from like when the show started. He would have been my ex. Like I'm done.
I don't think
We're
he would have
done.
been NX. I don't think it would have been. It would have happened.
No, and I'll say it would have happened, but I would have dumped him. But it would have happened because Calvin was cute.
And he has a fine ass.
Yeah, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He really does. Like
It's quite nice. It's
it's
quite plump.
really nice. I'm sorry. It's nicer than mine and even Brandon's. I've seen Brandon's.
I'm just saying. I would definitely like. Yes, absolutely. Like I would definitely date him. But
Booty grab.
then we would break up because he's too much of a clown. Like he's and not a clown as in like he's funny, but just clown as in like I can't deal. Like
Mm.
you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was he was everything that someone would not want in a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Like he just was like it was almost kind of like Haley was it was a bad reflection on Haley in a
Yeah.
sense because he had so many qualities that was just like, girl, dump him. Like, why you are too pretty to be around somebody like that? Like, why are you with him? And it just was like he didn't have any lovable qualities about himself. Like, I mean, he had a couple, but I mean, he only exuded them when she was about to get mad at him and break up with him. Then he's like, "Oh, well, honey," and that is toxic by itself.
Yeah.
That's extremely toxic and extremely manipulative. So I was never, ever for Calvin and Haley. Like it was just, I was like, no, 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 no.
They just seem
I'm not here for
too
this.
forced. When I was watching the season, they just seem way too forced for me. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not into like you know what I mean. Like yeah, like going back to Dylan and like freaking Scott, like and Summer, they were not forced. Like it was like very natural. You saw it coming. You knew it was gonna happen. You're rooting for it. You know, like even like Kim and Tommy, like the original, OG couple. Like even them, they. But then him and Kat was forced. So I was like, I'm not here for that either.
Right. And the ones that was organic and actually really good, they didn't put together.
No.
Tanya and
And
Adam.
Adam.
Like they didn't put them together, but they were the ones that were actually organic and actually was a really cute
Or
couple.
like TJ and Cassie. I'm not sure if you guys felt
that.
No, they were brother
You
and
didn't
sister.
like them?
No, they were best friends. I did not like that. That reminded me of like Billy and Trini. I thought that they were like best friends. I
can see
didn't
that.
see
I can see
anything
that,
relationship with that.
I mean,
I can see that.
Yeah, but like I guess like at the same time, like I guess it's just based on how they were later on portrayed, right? Like they were like there were scenes that the year that they were very like they're best friends, but then there were scenes where they're like oh you're waiting for something to happen and nothing happens, like
I didn't see that. I remember oh my goodness, oh my god, Tori and
Blake.
They
Yeah.
they just like abandoned it. I think that they were dating, but they kind of just didn't elaborate on it. And then Trent and Kira, they totally just got rid of that. And that's something I just don't get because I really like them.
No,
too,
I didn't like them.
You didn't?
No, I felt like they were forced. Like I felt like I felt like she was like,
Really?
yeah, I felt like they were forced because I felt like he shows up, he's the new kid, and okay, this is speaking from like my personal experience too, where like how you're constantly hanging out with the same people, you're in the same group of friends, and you go to the same school with like it's a small town, these people, you're not really interested in them, you're not here for it, but then when a new kid shows up, you're like, hello, new kid. I don't need to know about you. All I know is that you ain't from around here, and I like that. And that's the vibe I was getting. Like I felt like she was only leeching onto him because he wasn't what they knew or like that they were used to. Because like I got the vibe that this town was small and everyone knew each other and they all grew up together, And he was like the new face, like the fresh meat. So it's like I don't think she really liked him for who he really was. I felt like she liked him because he wasn't them. Like he wasn't like part of like the original town people, if that makes sense.
That's interesting.
I can see that, but I guess for me, the reason why I guess for me, I took it differently. I took it as she liked him because he was different. Like he didn't seem like the average dude.
Okay,
there.
yeah, but like Ethan was different. He was like the average nerd. Connor was the average jock, and he was just like, I'm the average artist.
But he came in. He was very mysterious, and I think that that's what she liked about him, was that she liked trying to figure him out. Because there was definitely when his character was introduced, they purposely like left stuff out.
Right. Or like, did she wanted, or did she have daddy issues and wanted to fix him?
Oh God!
I'm just saying, like this can get real deep.
Oh, girl, you hitting on something. Now that's good. That's
You know,
good.
like I'm just
Now,
saying, right? Like if you looked at her, because look at her character, like her character. I'm sorry, and again, this also comes from personal experience. I used to be a rock out punk like her, but the reason why I did was because I'm not gonna lie, I had daddy issues like nobody's business, and on top of that, I had a very Asian mom that didn't show me love and affection the way that I'm used to seeing around my friends because I grew up in Toronto, you know, where it's very diverse, and I'm not used to seeing the fact that, you know, and I learned now that that's just the way our culture is, right? But anyways, in high school I was the emo kid. I had the punk out rock out look just like her, and then I see a new kid in town. I'm like, hello, new kid. I low key was trying to fix him. He was just like Trent. He had the same characteristic, you know, artistic also, damage, a lot of secrets, and I was interested because I want to try to figure him out and I wanted to fix him.
Well, I remember the first time she saw him, she like instantly was attracted to him. It was like, I don't want to say love at first sight, but there was definitely something there that she saw in him just from the first time she saw him.
But boy, that's
So
like with
that,
anybody. We see a cute boy, we go, hello, cute boy. Just saying.
is this
and then
true?
she
Is this
got
true?
to know him. But,
But did she
I mean,
really get to know
that's
him?
the part that gets me with him is that, and that's why I'm saying it coming from now Lena's part. Lena, yours will be a real good character for a good show because I'm trying to tell
Right?
you, if that was a character for a CW season,
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be Kimberly. What you
Mm-hmm.
described, I need her to be Kimberly. So
Right?
when Tommy come in and Tommy need to be real damaged, so she can try to fix him. Ooh,
Right?
girl, ooh, this is good.
I'm
But
telling
no,
you, right? CW, you heard from us first. Remember us.
ooh, this is so good. Oh my god. But no, like from my thing is, I always took Trent as he was just mysterious, and she. Now I do get the feeling that she was definitely trying to like not really so much as fix him, but more so like she was just trying to figure him out because and I think that that's where a lot of her energy went into
Hmm.
just trying to figure out, well, why is he doing certain things, why is he, why is he keeping so many secrets from us, why is he not telling the truth, it was a lot of that, especially towards the end of the season. It was a lot of just at her just probing like
Probing.
why
She was
with
obsessed. She wrote a song. Remember?
yeah,
Figure
like
you
it
out.
was a lot of that. Which my thing is, I felt like actually hurt the character. It hurt
Mm-hmm.
her character, not
Mm-hmm.
his, but hers,
Oh,
because
definitely.
it was like instead of her, instead of them trying to, put it in a sense of, well, how does this make her feel? It just made her look needy.
Yes, and
If that
obsessive.
makes any sense.
No, it does. That's exactly what I mean. When you said like, oh, she's trying to figure out, I'm like, well, there's a song. Hello. Like she wrote a song about it too, you know? And that's just it. Like,
Foreshadowing.
right. And like and exactly everything you said. Like I remember as I was watching and don't get me wrong, I love Dino Thunder. I
Oh yeah,
absolutely love that season. I loved her
one of my top
character,
seasons.
right? Loved her. So for those of you listening, I'm not bashing the show. It's just now that we're dissecting it as a older adult, I should say. I think about these things, and I've actually watched the season several times, even now, and I'm thinking to myself like, why did she try so hard to try to figure him out? Like, why is she obsessed with it when as a Power Ranger, you have bigger issues out there. You have Mesogog running around trying to destroy the town. You have Elsa over here being all wicked and crackling, and you're trying to figure out some boy out, obsessively trying to figure him out. Girl, what are your priorities?
Well, I mean, well, of course they're teenagers. You
I
have
was
to put
about
that
to
into
say
account. They're
that,
teen, they're
Right.
teenagers. But like, I guess for me, my thing is just if they were going to like with those two characters. I felt like just the best way of writing that is have her, because it was obvious they definitely had a thing. Like they definitely were, like they definitely had something going on, but it just never was, made official. Um, what I really felt like they should have done was they should have just went ahead and had her just be like, look, dude, I can't figure you out. Like every time I turn around, like, you holding some kind of secret, something. We need to take a break, like, or something, and we'll just work together. We'll just be Rangers. We'll just work together. But this right now, I can't do because it's making me feel X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that would have, like, because I just felt like it was just becoming a situation of her running after him.
Yeah.
And like with that, it was just like, okay, y'all making her look bad, you know, and instead of just having her just be like, look, and it didn't really mesh well with her character either,
No, it didn't. That was the
because
thing.
Kira was like strong-willed. Like even though she was soft for Trent, she was still a strong-willed character. They
Exactly.
almost kind of dumbed her down to like this chick that's just like so needy almost. To a
Exactly.
point, it was just like, oh my god, Trent. Like she was literally becoming Kimberly
Yes.
with Tommy. Like that's how she was becoming, and that's not her character.
No, and exactly it. And that's why it irritated me so much. I was like, aside from all of her issues that she has with him, like, I'm like, you're not making her look strong. That's why, and I think that's why I felt like, where are your priorities? Because I felt like she knew where her priorities were before he came along. She knew X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z, you know. But then when he came along, she was like, "Say what now? Like what?
Yeah.
Like."
I have to watch that season back because I don't remember feeling that way when I last watched it.
No, and well, that's how I felt, and exactly with Brennan, like we're both in a half agreement here, where her parties weren't there. Like, yes, granted they're teenagers, but like before he came along, I felt like her priorities were straight. Like she was like, we need to do this, we need to try to do this, we need to find that. Like she had A, B, and Z trying to figure all of these things out. Like a perfect example was the episode where Dr. Oliver goes missing. She's coming up with ways of how to try to figure it out, and this and that and whatever. So it's like, but then to see when her person, or how she is with Trent around, it's frustrating, because she loses who she is to, I guess, become what she's not. I don't even know, but yeah.
No, like, and I agree. I agree. It was definitely that, and for me too. Like I did kind of feel like her character. It was almost kind of like they kind of dumbed her character down to be the girl, instead of her being the strong person that she initially was. Which, I mean, it could easily be. They could easily make it as, another facet to her character, but in a sense of who she was, I just kind of felt like that just wasn't who she was. In a way, it was like the Kira that we was presented with. I feel like even over a boy, at some point she would have been like, okay, I'm done. Like like something got to give, and that moment never came.
Nope.
So that's where my thing was with Kira and Trent.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Haley and Calvin. I was waiting for that moment for Haley to go a long time ago, before it happened on the season finale. Well, the episode before the season finale. I was waiting for her pretty much since episode 1, season 1, to go, I've had it with you. We're done. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, because
they couldn't do that. They couldn't do that just because that's way too loaded for a kid
What
show.
do you mean? Like they
for
were
Power
What do you
Rangers.
mean?
they were gonna put like Calvin. They were gonna
Hold
put
on,
Calvin with
hold on.
like, what's her name? What's her name again? The pink one. They were gonna put Calvin with the pink one. Sarah. How is that not loaded? That is so wrong on so many levels.
No, well, I'm not saying. I obviously know that it doesn't matter if it's a kid show or not. You can still write a compelling television show, but for the people who write Power Rangers, that's too much for them.
Well, no,
So
I wouldn't say that. I
No.
wouldn't necessarily say that
Right.
because, I'll say why. The of course we know that these Rangers live in Pleasantville. We know that. I think that dealing with conflict, there like with having a regular conversation, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
mhm.
And they could have easily, and not saying that it had to be a situation where they had to, because they did break up. They did actually break up in the show. So if that's the case, have it be a situation where Haley just had enough. Whether it didn't even have to be that deep of a situation. She could have just easily, it could have been the anniversary episode because he forgot their anniversary. And Haley was just like, you know what? Like, dude, like, this is unforgivable. I can't. I mean, that would have been a really dumb
I
reason.
mean, I
But,
mean,
And then
okay,
and
but okay.
I
Hold that thought for 2 seconds. How is it that's not loaded, but yet can't really get to Dear John Tommy?
that was different writers 20 years ago. Whoever, like, I mean, like, I was gonna say for what you just said, having a conflict like that when it comes to like self-respect in a relationship, especially when they're team members, I wonder just if the people that are running the show, if they think that kids can understand that. Because like it seems like they think that kids are dumb because
this
they
is
dumb
true.
everything down.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, on for the season finale of Ninja Steel, it was kind of like it was more of a misunderstanding. That was the way they played it. It was more of a misunderstanding. But I
He was
do kind of
legit
feel
a shitty character
he was
though.
a very
Like
shitty character.
so, like that's something that if they wrote him like that, then they should have had his girlfriend say, "Hey, you know what? This is not right. I don't deserve this. I've given you too many chances. This is over." But I don't think that they thought kids could grasp that.
Well, for one, I do feel like the showrunner, the people who are writing the show really don't understand that kids of today, um, kids can
Are
actually
not
understand it because I
stupid.
mean they're not stupid, and I do feel like that is the case because we've gotten plenty of examples of rangers, especially female rangers, showing that self respect, that self love. First one that come to mind is Sean and Tanya.
Yeah.
Tanya straight told him off on the hook,
Mm,
like, you can go. Period.
yeah.
When she hit that period on him, I was like, yes, honey. But like she said, there's nothing else to discuss. Period.
Yeah.
But but that's the thing. Like they've had female characters and female empowerment before. I
Mm-hmm.
personally feel like, and this is just me. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is true. I do not know. But from what I've been seeing in the show, when it comes to that kind of personal female empowerment, it seems like they're scared to write it.
Mm.
It feels to me like they're scared. It feels to me like they're scared to write it because there's no way in the world that anybody in any kind of relationship, any girl would deal with a guy like Calvin. There's no way in the world that would happen. I just
Any
don't
girl with
see it.
self-respect.
Exactly. Any girl with self respect would never be with a guy like Calvin for that long. They wouldn't. They would. It would definitely be a situation. And what I felt like honestly was going to happen on the season finale of Ninja Steel, when I read the synopsis that, oh, Haley broke up with Calvin, was going to break up with Calvin. When I read that synopsis, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, Haley done had enough. Haley has
Mm-hmm.
had enough with his shenanigans, and she's gonna tell him, you know what, you gotta kick the curb, bro. And then he was gonna be like, you know what, I know I screwed up. I know I'm gonna do something. fist. I know I do too much. I'll try to work it out. I'll try to be better. That was what I was thinking was going to happen. That did not happen. It instead turned into Haley having a misunderstanding and her blaming her. And then what makes it so bad, everybody went and blamed her. Everybody jumped on her for like, oh, well, yeah, it is kind of your fault. What? This dude has been trashed since day one. Nobody has jumped on him like that, except for like that one episode when he forgot her anniversary. The guys were kind of like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't have forgot her anniversary, bro. But for the most part, anytime that Calvin was trash, nobody jumped on him. But they jumped on her the moment that there was a misunderstanding. But it's like, dude is trash. Like, and I really do feel like it's another situation of the writers not knowing how to, first of all, write conflict. Second, in a kids show, and secondly, not knowing how to write conflict and having the characters, both sides, male or female, being able to respect themselves in that situation in the relationship. I really don't. I don't think they fully grasp that concept, because it's like there's certain things that just would not happen in a relationship. I don't care what it is. Like if you look at any relationship from any post Neo Saban season, you look at any relationship, they let you know firsthand. This is why these couples work. This is why. Like with Jen and Wes, it took a minute for Jen to come to like Wes. It took a minute, because Jen was just like, she went from, first of all, not even liking him, to he's a part of the team, to he's kind of cute. Maybe I'll give him a chance. To now, okay, yeah, I'm full with him, because his actual future counterpart is trash, and I'm definitely not marrying him. But he's the actual better version of him, so I think I'm gonna go with him. Like it was a whole progression, so you actually got to understand. Okay, this is why Jen liked Wes. This is why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or for example, with Tommy and Kimberly, you saw a full progression as to how their relationship blossomed and how it grew. Like this girl stuck by him when he was evil. Like it was just like you just knew, okay, these two they're giving us reasons as to why these two should be together. But with seasons, with the Neo Saban seasons, even with, for perfect example, Joel and Miss Fairweather. Joel literally screwed up his chances, because Miss Fairweather was with him from the jump. When they bumped into each other, she was like giving him googly eyes, like, ooh, yes, I could sop him up with a biscuit, until he started acting stupid with her, talking about who is this person telling me how to fly a Zord, and then didn't even realize it was her.
Okay. Wow, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, like didn't even realize it was her. Then from then on, now he's trying to win her over, because basically he screwed up from the jump, and he ends up winning her over. That is progression. Like Neo Saban, for some strange reason, they can't write couples for some reason. Like Jake and Gia. Jake just looked like a pervert for the whole season.
A sad,
like he looked like a creep.
Yeah, a sad creep. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, he just looked like a creep the whole season.
And what a bad example. He ended up getting the girl at the end.
Exactly.
Wait, he got her at the end?
Yeah.
Well, that was really bad then, because I don't remember this.
In the very last episode.
The very last episode, after the war was over, she kissed him on the cheek, and they went walking off, locking arms.
Wow. So that was their indication on the cheek. Boy, that could mean anything. I just mean we want the war kiss, okay?
Nah. You knew how. that interaction after
No.
she kissed him, you knew.
Oh no, I
It
knew.
was like, yeah, she was feeling him.
But no,
It
you
was
knew
just,
she was feeling him the whole time though. It was just like it was just kind of dumb and she's playing the really hard to get situation.
but even then though, like he was acting like a creep,
Yeah, he was.
like really creepy the whole season, and it was just like, bruh, like this is too much. Like, what is happening? I just wasn't I wasn't feeling it, and like honestly, the best one that was actually written pretty decently was Tyler and
Shelby and
Shelby.
Tyler.
They were actually written decently, but other than, I mean,
I was
even then
not
they
feeling them.
If
just kind
only
of
they
fell
could kiss.
together, right? Like, I mean, they
Yeah.
just kind of looked at each other with longing eyes, like I really want you, but I
uh,
can't have
yeah,
you.
I was definitely not feeling them. I was like, mm-mm. I do not see that. Nuh-uh. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just wish that these couples, like if they're gonna give us a couple, give us a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, really just go, not go there and just be like, yes, tonguing all down your throat. Like, no, I don't want that. But if you're going to say these people like each other, give us reasons as to why they like each other. Give us reasons. Because that's one thing that I noticed did not happen in Ninja Steel. They just told us they were just a couple because the script said so. But other than the interaction with them holding hands, there was really nothing there from the actual couple saying, "Hey, these two they're supposed to be together. They're supposed to be a couple." Like, there was nothing there. So if they can give us something in the future for other couples, of other Ranger couples, if they can give us something to kind of say, hey, these two are supposed to be together and this is why, I would definitely enjoy that. Can't you agree?
Yep. Amen.
For sure.
I'm
For
just saying.
sure.
I'm just saying.
Don't introduce something if you're not going to, fully show us what it is.
Yeah, like we want the payoff. We want the payoff of
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to present us. Like, and that, oh, that's another conversation for another day. But we just want, if you're going to give us a storyline, don't just present it and just say, all right, we'll just go ahead and wrap this up in the most stupid way possible. Like,
Hmm.
actually give us a good payoff. If you're going to have somebody be a couple, make them a couple. Give us a reason to believe that they're a couple. If they're supposed to, have, a dad who was not around, and then all of a sudden he was actually a ranger. Like, give us reasons to believe that this man just didn't disappear because he was a bad father. Like,
But
Hmm.
then yeah, it's true though. But then the other thing too is him being as a ranger. What has he done to improve the work?
that's what I'm saying. The dude was a ranger the whole time, and there was no other things of like, oh, there's another random ranger fighting monsters in another country, or another part of Amber whatever, whatever the
Amber
name of the city
Beach.
was,
Amber
Amber
Beach.
Amber Beach. Thank you. There's another ranger somewhere in Amber Beach fighting monsters. Like, there was never any of that.
And
Never.
right, and
So
the
you
other,
mean to tell me this random dude had a inner gym and was just a ranger, and he was just hiding out away from his family? Like, nah, I ain't gonna even call him. I ain't gonna write him. I ain't gonna send him no email. I ain't gonna do nothing.
Nah.
Come on now. Like, you expect me to believe that? Like, come on.
and it for them to be so forgiving after. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry. CW show or DC show, whatever you want to call it. When people have daddy issues, people have got daddy issues. You don't just show up at the front door and be like, I'm so sorry, son or daughter. This is what I've been doing. I wanted to protect you. Oh, that's so nice. No, it'd be like, what the fudge?
Basically, hello. Be like, Dad, you got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Like,
conflict, it makes for a good story. It gives you something to work with.
Exactly. Like, dude, I would have loved to have seen that conversation between Tyler and
I don't know
Tyler and his dad. I would have loved to have seen that conversation. Like, so Dad, where were you? Like, and have him try to come up with that excuse, and Tyler just flip out and be like, "Bruh, no, that's no excuse."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
there is no
oh
excuse. Because realistically, up until this point, he's done nothing with his life.
Nothing but chase after this man who was there the whole time. What?
And not even just that, but the man has done nothing either.
Nothing.
So they've both done nothing, except he was only one step better because he was chasing after him.
When I tell you, like, girl, whew, this conversation got my blood pressure up.
No, like,
ooh, this conversation got my blood pressure
like
up.
it got me irritated. That's why I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think after Samurai, I don't really remember the rest of the seasons at all. I know I've seen them. I question things here and there, but that was it. The rest is just like, this is just nonsense.
Nah.
Like, straight up nonsense. Like, at least even in Samurai, they explain what happened to Lauren when she disappeared and was supposedly the Red Ranger, the original Red Ranger of their pack. Even that was semi-explained. She was training. She had to be kept a secret.
Right. Exactly. Like that made sense. It was like, oh, okay, they were saving her for the, that last moment. To where it's like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take down Xandria. Okay, we need her to perfect this sealing spell.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Right?
But just having somebody just missing for a large amount of years because I can't be around you because of reasons.
Well, then the other thing is, how did he financially take care of himself?
Yeah.
I know it's Power Rangers that they magically all have money, but in the real world, how did he financially take care of himself? Where was his home?
Well, I mean, apparently he must. I'm sure he had a Mama Navarro somewhere that we never seen, but maybe she was, I don't know. Maybe she was taking care of him. I don't know. All I know is like this some foolishness, and they need to stop. That's all I know. Is this some foolishness? But I say, does anybody have anything else they want to add before we go ahead and conclude this episode?
No, I'm good. I think I'm gonna save for the next episode.
Will?
No, I'm good.
Okay, because honestly, we need to continue this talk because I like this. This talk.
Yes.
This was a good talk.
It is a very good
talk. I have some more I want to say, but I don't want to make this a 4-hour episode. So
there's so much more to say about this.
There's so much more. Like, honestly, I just want to have an episode where we just talk about the relationships and just random storylines in this show because there's some stuff that I want to get off my chest, child. Woo!
I mean, we did good with Trent and Kira today. Woo!
Girl, you hit some spots that we need to talk about because girl, let's just go ahead and end it. So yeah, we definitely will be having some good content for you guys coming up. There will definitely we would definitely be interviewing, of course. So be on the lookout for those. And when there is other information that will be dropping, we definitely will be front lines giving you that as well. Because we want to keep everybody up to date with with the tea that's going on in the Power Rangers fandom, in the Power Rangers industry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so once again, all of our links are in our bio, but you can also go to linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid, where you can find all of our links. You can find our Instagram, our SoundCloud, our Twitter, our Instagram, our YouTube. You can find it all. Please share, tell a friend,
And subscribe.
and subscribe, because we are bringing this stuff to you because we love you. I wouldn't say all that we love you, but we do want you to listen.
We do. And we need your support.
And we need your support.
Yes.
So so please, like I said, subscribe, 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 subscribe. And with that, my name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.